Month 7 in the time of the Eternal, Month 9, Day 23, 2023. Psalms 37 verse 33. The Lord will not leave him in his hands, nor condemn him when he is judged. I am the God of Abraham, of Isaac and Jacob, and of all those who fear me and keep my commandments. These cry out to me, and I rise up ready to help them. I touch minds and hearts. I use dreams, and I hold back the powers of the heavens, and there is nothing that does not hold back at my command in favor of those who cry out to me night and day, for protection and salvation. Remember Jacob. His mistakes led him to being abused, and almost imprisoned, on his father-in-law's land. After his oppression by his father-in-law, I gave him heavenly knowledge, my prescience, so that he could have what he needed for his house. And in this way I transferred the wealth of his father-in-law in abundance to him. At the appointed time, he left. And in anger, his father-in-law and his people went after him to dispossess him. But my servant, Jacob, prayed to me for protection, and I intervened. I spoke to Laban in dreams and warned him not to do him any harm. And so he did. But after this trial, which he had at his back, in front of him was the greatest of all, his brother, from whom he fled in his youth, for he promised to take his life. My servant Jacob not only prayed this time, but he withdrew and wrestled with me and did not let me go until I pronounced a blessing upon him. Only then did he feel relieved and confident in following his path. He recognized his error, amended as best he could with all his heart, and obtained, in struggle before me, the blessing. I was for him. I spoke to his brother, and I appeased his heart, and I removed from him his wrath, and put in him peace toward his brother. He who has ears let him hear, and he who hears listen carefully to what I will tell you. 2 situations. 1. He only prayed day and night for it, the one that was at his back. But, before this, he ordered his house to remove all the anathemas, everything that did not honor me, and only the one who remained with them was the one who died. Because it is a great thing to go against the Most High and his designs. The other situation, head-on, with his violent brother and his warriors. This situation merited not only prayer, but humiliation to the dust before me. Cry out and groan before the Almighty, fight the good fight of faith, to like this, be blessed to pass the great storm that he had in front of him. There, I changed his name to Israel. There I blessed him. And there I placed a reminder in him of that struggle of faith that made him victorious in me. Israel led my seed. And the dragon stalked him and ambushed him from behind and from in front. But here lies the patience of the saints, in that, they keep my commands, my law, my commandments, and fear my name. They have my testimony. They fear dishonoring me, even though the heavens roar above them. Those who recognize my sacrifice for them, those whose faith is founded in me, these, their feet will never slip. Why does the dragon roar, despise, and want to undo the mortal human being, who look on the 4th commandment, the 7th day of the week, the Sabbath, the Shabbat? Because, the mortal who recognizes and accepts my holy day will recognize that I am the God creator of the heavens and the earth. There, the evolutionary and chaotic system will disappear, this vile Luciferian lie. Also the mortal will recognize, by worshipping on my holy day and recognizing me as the God and creator of the Sabbath, that I instituted marriage on holy ground between man and woman. And there no aberrations enter with which he makes abominable before me the mortal, by casting men with men and women with women. There also, whoever recognizes that I created, blessed, sanctified and set aside the Sabbath, the 7th day of the week, the Shabbat kept as holy, by recognizing me as the one who gives life and everything is done by me, will know every mortal that handing over your children as a sacrifice to Moloch is a capital sin. Today there are no altars in high places, but there are knives in the most comfortable bedrooms, before scholars who say that mortals have the right to take life, according to them, legally. Making like this the dragon abominable before me, the mortal, that does not give life, but he believes he has the right to take it away through the sacrifice of their children, in obedience and worship to the dragon. The blood of these children cries out to me from the earth. And I will avenge them on the day of my wrath. He who recognizes my Sabbaths, the Shabbat, as a holy day, set apart for Jehovah and his true people, since the foundation of the world, this will recognize that I created man. And, from his rib, the woman, and I joined them there in holy matrimony. The dragon knows this. That is why he fights the extermination of the seventh day, the Sabbath, the Shabbat, for he who recognizes it, and keeps it as I have commanded, he will know that, adulteries, fornications, homicide, dishonoring father and mother, coveting, having other gods before me, bowing down to them and worshipping them, taking my name in vain, and, thus coveting each other what you have and possess, puts, this dragon, the ancient serpent, which is called the devil and Satan, the fallen humanity against me by disobeying all these things and not wanting them to know that my law leads to keeping all the other things that exist there in my law, my 10 commandments. That is why he fights to put them against my law of government by hiding and denigrating, and putting to the ground my holy Sabbath, the seventh day, the Shabbat. Like this, removing and throwing to the ground my holy day, the seventh day, the Sabbath, the Shabbat, denigrates the mortal who goes after his lies and venerates him as if he were a god when he is a creature who, in a holy state, was created by me, and his heart was lifted up and became an engine of destruction. Provoking in human being, death, murders, abuses and all types of existing cruelty, slavery in all its forms, after the method of life invented by him for the daily life of the mortal. He enslaves the masses in the cities, and makes them waste away in life, like puppets after the mirages of supposed happiness and achievements that he puts in front of them. Mine the heart of his qualities, discontent, sadness, rebellion, hatred, fear, revenge, disappointment, among others, to like this, dominate the mortal man, and carry out his designs, which are, to make my creation abominable before me and destroy it. For his hatred towards me and my kingdom he manifests it against my creation. Being a creature superior to you, since he is a different creation, he does not sleep scheming the evil that he will bring to the world, one after another. Furthermore, there is still a deadline for this, since the mortal has the capacity to decide to have, like this, the blessing or curse. To decide if they accept me as their creator and return to my law, to my inaudible, which is my government, my law, or they accept the dragon and his laws, these laws that are aberrant, destructive. These impure laws that enslave parents and put shackles on them so that they cannot protect their children, and, like this, the dragon destroys them with spurious ideas and beliefs, bringing lies before them, passing it off as truth. Calling evil good, and calling good evil, like this returning to what was of old in Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, that my fury was kindled against them because their wickedness was exceeding great, and their abominations filled the cup of the iniquity. And I sent fire from heaven and consumed them, because their heart did not seek repentance and was continually evil. There ended their time of grace for them, without them even noticing it. Because, although they knew Abraham and his God, they did not want to follow after his footsteps and preferred the dragon. And they obtained death. Therefore, blessed are those who sleep, those who will go to the grave resting in me. For they will rest from their labors, but their works will continue, because their example of life, like that of Jacob, continues in the mind of the mortal who seeks me and keeps my commandments. So then, be on alert. Because the beast is after you, after those who keep my day of rest, the seventh day, the Sabbath, the Shabbat, to convince you with flattery and keep the spurious day, the day of the sun, as the United States of America calls it, and, this, driven by the dragon. And in front of you, the image of the beast, the apostate Protestant, the United States of America, with a great army, which, also instigated by the dragon, will come to you in a plan of forced submission or extermination. And there, in the midst of these, my inheritance, the descendants of Jacob, Israel. Therefore, whoever does not do as this one did in the past in the face of the ambush that the dragon instigated, behind him and in front of him, will not survive. You must decide whether to believe in me and my law of government, my law of life, or the dragon and his law of government, his law of destruction. You must decide whether to receive my seal or his mark. For, whoever recognizes the Shabbat, the seventh day, the Sabbath as my holy day will keep all the rest of the law, because this is true, pure and good. And I will deliver him from the hand of the dragon, the beast and the image, and he will live with me forever in the heavenly homeland. Pay attention to my words, and you will live, reject them, and you will die. For the wages of sin is death. But I died the death of cross so that whoever accepts me and is baptized as I did when I was with you, that one may be saved. Here is the patience of the saints, those who keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus. Because I, the saint of Israel, will not leave my people in the hands of the wicked, those who despise my law. Nor will I allow that, when they are judged by the spurious laws, the sentence be executed. Because my eyes watch over my inheritance, and this will exist forever, for my mouth has spoken it. Faithful and true words that I leave, from the Eternal, for each one of you. May the Lord bless us.